Analysts at Parthian Securities say they expect the Nigeria equities market to trade mixed, despite investors' reaction to latest developments in the telecommunications space. Mercy Okon, research specialist at Parthian Securities, joins me for market update. Mercy, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
We're seeing quite a lot of news coming from the telecoms sector. I mean, that 50% tariff approval for telcos, MTN getting its spectrum license band expanded for another 10 years. First of all, what's been investors' reaction to this?
Of course, seeing the NCC tariff hike news hit the market on Tuesday, we saw positive reaction. And as a result of that, MTN was on full bid. I mean, we saw the price going from 233 naira to about closing at 256.60 kobo, right? And of course, there are questions regarding, are we going to see similar movement in Airtel? And of course, you know that because Airtel is slightly more expensive than MTN, it's a lot cheaper to buy MTN sometimes comparing to Airtel. And if you need to move the price for Airtel, you know you need about 100,000, you need to change prices. That's going to cost a lot more. Sure. However, we're waiting to see what the impact will be. And then today we noticed that Airtel was actually on full bid. However, we started to see a lot of trading in MTN, meaning that it actually closed down today. So we saw the prices moving down to about 256.30 kobo.
So profit taken already?
Yes,
well, that's
most likely. Most likely. It's just and sentiment as well, because I feel like investors are still trying to, process all of the news. And there's been one also regarding disconnecting some banks of the USSD operations.
Right,
and
that
all
is
of
still
that.
ongoing. So the market so far year to date, the NGX is up about 0.25%. Talk to us about where investors' heads are at this time in terms of what they're looking at as value, where they're bargain hunting.
Yeah. So if you've looked at the trading activities in the stock market since the beginning of the year, you'd see that it's been positive aside from last week where we saw the bearish tilt. And it was mostly because of the price correction in some of the key stocks. Right. If you look at Dangsem, you'd see that for the past 10 months, Dangsem has actually been trading bearish. The price correction there has actually been anticipated. When you look at Aradel, when you look at Transcorp Power and sort. And then coming into the week, we started to see some sort of gain as a result of the bargain hunting activities you mentioned about. But so what's happening now is there's increased volatility. We can definitely see the volatility, and the investors are playing around the volatility, right? So we believe that it's going to be mixed to positive as we continue to see some level of pullback in those stocks. You see investors trying to position ahead. But then in terms of, expectations regarding earning and all, you can also say that the stocks, the investors are being slightly cautious, to see what, the results will be. Yes, from the Q3 analysis, some investors are already playing or taking position because if you see a company already doing about 100% above its full year 2020 results, of course you know that the Q4, the full year performance will be positive, right? But then when you see companies that are still struggling with their FX losses, already doing 60 below, you can already tell that it's going to be difficult except if something exceptional happens in Q4. So we can say that we're already seeing investors pricing in that reality and taking positions. All right. So yeah.
Okay. Well, a lot to look forward to. Thank you so much, Mercy. We'll leave it there. Thank you for talking to us today. Mercy Okon, research specialist at Parthian Securities.